Hey everyone. So today we have got a cool story for you. It's another parable that Jesus told. So I hope you guys can sit back and enjoy it as we get into it. Okay. There once was a man who said such incredible things, such amazing things that people started to follow him. And he often spoke about a kingdom, not a kingdom anywhere here, or one of those kingdoms that we often see with high walls and awesome towers. But it was a different sort of kingdom. And so people asked him, "What is this kingdom that you speak of?" And well, he said, "The kingdom of heaven is like a master who has three servants that work for him. And it came time for the master to go away on his travels. And so he entrusted each servant to a certain amount of talents. And talents is kind of like money. And so to the first servant, he entrusted not just one, or two, or three, or four talents. He entrusted 5 whole talents, which was a lot of money back then. To the second servant, who he trusted second, he gave him 2 talents. And to his last servant, he gave 1 talent. And he told all 3 of his servants that when he returns, he will come back for what he has given them. And so the master went on his travels for quite some time, I must add. And each servant, right off the bat, decided to start using their talents. The first servant decided to use his talents to make more talents by using them. Maybe doing a business, maybe doing something that would help him get more talents. And so the first servant, he was able to not just get 1 extra talent, or 2, or 3, or 4, but he doubled the amount of talents that he started with in the first place. The second servant, well, he had 2 talents, and him too, he went right off and decided he is going to do something with those talents. And he managed to get 2 more. So he also doubled the amount of talents he had. But the third, he had something else. He took his talent and he went off to a specific place where no one could see. He dug a hole and he buried the talent so that nobody would be able to find it, thinking that when the master came back, he would be able to get his talent. And after a long time, the master came back to his servants. And to his first servant, he asked him what he had done with his talents. And his servant said to the master, saying, "Well, look, master, I took what you gave me, and I made even more." The master, he was well pleased with his servant, and he said that you now can become one of my partners. And to his second servant, he went and asked him what he had done with his money. And well, he said, "Look, you gave me 2, and I doubled what you were able to give me." The master, looking at him, was so pleased, and he said that he can now become his partner too. So the first 2 servants were partners with the master now. And the last servant, well, the master went up to him and asked him, "What have you done with your talent?" And the servant said, "Well, master, I know how strict you are. I know how good you are with money. And so I decided to actually take your talent and bury it, to keep it somewhere safe, so that when you returned, I could give it back to you." And so he went, he fetched it, and dug it up to give it to the master. But the master, this time, was not so pleased with this servant. He said that you have done nothing with what I have given you. I gave you one whole talent and you absolutely did nothing. You actually did worse than nothing. What you could have done is taken your talent and given it to the bankers. At least then I would have gotten interest on my talent when I came back. So the master cast the servant out, and he was not to be a part of the master and the two other servants. And so, I wonder, what do you think these talents could really mean? I wonder if you were given something like a talent, would you do something with it? And I wonder if the last servant was happy with what he had done. And I wonder, could he have changed what he had done to do something better? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. What I want you guys to do now is stand up and we're going to do a worship song together. I want you guys to follow what is on the screen over here with the actions, and we're going to have some good and fun times together. And after that, you guys can enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week.